don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snap. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, Smith. And his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to get it to AP out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing is Smith. Throw left side, complete. It's Richardson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Complete. Richardson has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. On 1st down, it's Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So 4 plays, Charles, all passes here on the opening drive and already in the red zone.
And even if you're planning for them to throw the football a lot, on the opening drive, if they go 4 for 4 on you, you're off balance on defense. I've been there before. And part of you keeps thinking, they've got to run it at some point, right? They've got them really mixed up at this point. If I were them, I'd keep pressing the advantage. They're throwing it really well.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
22.
A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On second down, Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Ryan, escaping the pressure right. Connects with Sanu right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He may try and run. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
Now Smith. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Brooks Reed in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Third and long, it's Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's third down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, Ryan. Flush to his right. It's caught. Jones. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. To throw again is Ryan. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Flushed out right. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Ryan's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So out come the Falcons now. Now. These guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Get up! Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on. Of course, another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Smith, and Reed with it over the middle. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 6 ticks to go in half number 1. On 1st down, Smith. He's going to sling this deep down and got his man complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of 3. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Doctson as time expires in the first half. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings. And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side. But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive? Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big run there by Freeman, and even 70 yards on the pickup. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. From the gun, it's Ryan. Stepping, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have broken our tie. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch on in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Shocker. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum. See what they have up their sleeve. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to have a third down. Out of the gun, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down. There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly. Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands, speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you? On 1st and 10, Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Settle down, huh? Set! Line, 80! Let's go. Gun. Hey, let's roll.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone's got 4 to 10. Line, 80! Right, check. 59.
Smith on first down. And now here is another interception. It's Desmond Trufant. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Back now at FedEx Field, it's the Falcons. They've got the football, they've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. Ryan now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan eluding the pressure right. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there, right, Jones. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Ryan will throw again. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Ted Coleman from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Hits his target. It's Adrian Peterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Keanu Neal. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder, 35 yards. And the interception by the Redskins indeed leads to a touchdown. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Forced out to his left. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. He can run for it, and he will. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Gun!
On second down, Freeman. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it.
Let's go.
And get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On third down, Devontae Freeman. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then...
He's got a man. Complete. A big play. Smith to Crowder. 41 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a Turkey Bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. When we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down. Double.
Now Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it's 3rd down. One last throw here for Smith. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they get on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check. If you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.